Hey, how you doing, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of ConCept. I'm your host, Mr. Pagan. I had a long fucking week. Merry fucking Christmas to you, if that's your thing. You know what I mean? Wow, where do I begin? First off, I just want to say, I joke around a lot. I joke around a lot. But really, everything on this podcast is no bullshit. I try to be as serious as possible on this podcast because all the topics that I talk about are very serious, even though I take a lighthearted approach to all of them because I'm a lighthearted person. So I can't really sit there and be so serious about everything, because I tend to get emotional. You know what I mean? When I get emotional, I get angry. I could start tearing up and things like that because things that I talk about at times are very personal to me. And it should be personal to other people as well, because the things that I go through and I experience in life, many of you who aren't aware of it yet, all of you are going to experience these things to some degree, to some point. You know what I mean? We're all in this life together. So everything that I talk about, that I'm on here speaking of, somebody probably went through. You know what I mean? I have, so I'm pretty sure that other people got coincidences in their life that they add up as well. I like to send a shout out to Ye. I just listened to not his new album, but the Andre 3000 joint he did, him and Andre 3000. That was a nice joint. And I also seen the album party he did, like an album creation, and he was doing he spoke a bit. He did a lecture on certain topics and things that he was very passionate about. And I heard key things that he said. You know what I mean? I heard key things that he said, and I hear key things that a lot of other people say that points to me being on some radar. Like, my word is getting out there to some extent. Directly what's going on is, what I'm seeing is all these different signs, shit being added up. It's just, okay. It's hard to even say, because I came in to this whole thing and I had something planned, but it wasn't planned. It's never written down. It's never scripted. It's all from the top of my head. And as far as right now, it's just a lot of moving pieces going on in America, in this city. Everything's an operation, everything's a plan, and everything's been facilitated in some type of way. To the point where centrally, we all have a level of intelligence, a level of awareness, a level of foresight, farsight, whatever you want to say. But we understand that there's agencies and entities out there that can also tap into that type of stuff. And I mean, on a physical level, it manifests as you having problems in your life in different situations like that. Just situation after situation, day after day after day. And what I noticed is that depending on who you are, where you're born, for whatever reason, they could put a lot on you. They could put more on you than they will put on others at times. I don't know why it's by design, but it's that way. The other day, I was doing some decoding. I like to take words and use the PI system to decode what they mean in different ways. So I took Anunnaki, and I took the first A out, and I took all three N's out. And I came up with a word or a name, Walkie. Okay? And that means to to push, to lead in a way. Am I saying that correctly? I don't know, but it's UAKI. And there's another word, IKUA. The Ikwa. Ikwa. Am I saying it correctly? I don't know. But that one right there is when you actually take the words, you use the PI system, you decode them, and then you flip them, or you read them backwards, Spanish, Latin. And it means I, me. So by doing that quick decipher of Anunnaki, I got two words. Well, I got multiple words, many words, but two things. I, me, that's on one, the Latin side. And then on the outside, it means push or sway, follow, or guide in a way. So it means that I push, or push me, or, you know what I mean? So it's, when you take them and you put them together and you translate them and you take both the different meanings that you got and you put them together, that's what you get. So it's push me, or I push me, or, you know what I mean? Or I, guide me, something like that. Either way, is Anunnaki is God. Anunnaki is a God, a race of God. That's what we believe came here and helped us create ourselves. They created us, and they created a lot of things for us. Even some believe that this whole life is a test for the, Anunnaki gods, our ancestors, test our resolve or whatnot. But there's one thing. No, there's many things, but to test our resolve, you know what I mean, to have an experience or whatnot, but what happens is our governments and different entities and agencies of our government work with or without Anunnaki. I don't know, because I'm not that deep into it, but either way, our governments are working with entities outside of this world or inside of this world, and they use us on a daily basis, for our energy. We're using pico energy, for our energy. We wake up every day, we give them different things to look at and everything, CNN, C-SPAN and all that. It's really a hypocrisy what's going on. That's why Donald Trump, that's why he's supposed to stop us paying taxes. Because what we're learning as Americans, as free Americans, we're born here, into this place, and what we're learning is that there's people controlling our lives, and it's all for entertainment purposes. Not all for entertainment purposes, because everything has multiple purposes. But a lot of what's going on here is for entertainment purposes, and they use the shit you go through in life, your pain, your sorrow, the things that they placed in front of you to do. Because a lot of the things that we do in life aren't really our decisions. We're guided in a way to do those things. And it's systematic. It's internal. It's internal. You know? And it's something that plays on inside of you and outside of you that leads you to your ultimate destiny. Until you hit a certain age. Some people come to an age or a point where they realize that their destiny or whatever they was doing isn't what they were supposed to be doing. And then they'll act accordingly and go do that thing. Or they'll just keep going down this constant rabbit hole. And honest with you, it feel like slavery from the inside out. You know, that's honestly what it feels like. Slavery from the inside out. You know, and it's either nowadays, I mean, not nowadays, it's always been this way, I figure. You either got to learn how to cope with it, get therapy, or just go along with it. Yeah, get therapy, learn how to cope with it, or kill your fucking self. They push a lot of people to hurt themselves, hurt loved ones, hurt just people, random people in general. You know what I mean? They push people to do these negative things. I'm pretty sure that there was negative things done to you in your life that you can't explain why somebody would do something like that to you. And it's because you probably, you know, somebody figured that you needed that test in your life at that moment for whatever reason. To put you through maybe an adversity that you never went through. Maybe something that you had to conquer of your own, you know, for your own benefit, for your own good. A lot of us never really completely get the lessons that we're forced to learn. Because either way, you're going to learn. And if you don't, you're just doomed to repeat whatever cycle it is that you've been in for so long. You know, to be honest with you, if this stuff was taught, well, it couldn't be taught because of different times way back when, but a lot of things should be taught in school that isn't really taught in school. Like, okay, for example, I was looking for this information that I was looking for yesterday. And I was thinking to myself, wow, I'm the only one that ever found this information. I'm like, damn, I got to be the only one that ever used the PI system to decode Anunnaki and things like that. And then I thought about it. I said, wait, in order for me to use the search engines and everything to find these answers, that means that somebody did it before me. And that just cracked me up. It tickled me. Because as I'm doing this, I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm just, you know, doing this, just being led to do this, or just natural inclination to do it or whatever, to look up these things and to be intrigued by these certain things. I just did it. Just like looking up surnames and things like that, looking up certain topics, you know, different rhetoric that goes on here in this plane of existence. Understanding the Marvel universe and fandom, and understanding that, okay, America was built, all the roadways and everything was built for military purposes, right? We all forget that because we're living everyday life. Everything around us was built for military purposes, right? For what reason? So while you're using everything every day on a daily basis, At any moment they can deem you not able to use the road, not able to use your car, not able to use your card for what you have to get from the grocery store, to not able to be able to, pay your bills at any moment. When I look at all the signs that's out here, when I look at former President Barack Obama, his movie, Leave the World Behind, when I look at this movie that's coming out called Civil War, when I look at everything that's being said and done nowadays, and what is all pointing up to, is all pointing up to us collapsing into ourselves, because we're starting to realize that America is not really what we all thought it was or would be. Not all of us think, you know what I mean? Not all of us, pardon my roll. Not, if you're born, right? If you're an American, you don't think that your life is some fucking Truman Show, right? You don't think your life is some fucking Truman Show as an American. But then one day you realize it kinda is. And not only kinda is it a Truman Show, it's designed that way when you really look at it. When you realize the fact that you're traded as a commodity every day. Maybe not every day. It is over-exaggeration. But your birth certificate, social security number, all of that is traded on a market. And I believe that they're being so blatant with all the information that's out here now is because maybe something's afoot. Maybe something's coming. 2024, is another year. But what I can say is, for sure, is that, these agencies ain't playing fair. That's all I'm gonna say out here. These agencies not playing fair. You know what I mean? They not. They fucking with everybody. You know what I mean? And I look at it like this. They fuck with everyday people because you get prepared. We're getting prepared for these civil wars and these different things like that. That's why they fucking with us on a daily basis. That's why they fuck with you. Sometimes they investigate you. They go through your social media. They go through your personal life and everything. They infiltrate your life because you're preparing for what they're showing you is about to happen. And then they penalize you for being prepared. They try to penalize you or whatever for what they're showing you to be prepared for. If you show me, right, that I need to be prepared for a flood, for like a fucking tsunami or some shit, I'm gonna start figuring out a way to put a boat together or get to higher ground. Right? Put a boat together. If you tell me it's lava coming, it's about to be a fucking massive volcano eruption, and everything is going under, then I'm looking for higher ground. Right? I'm gonna try to get my people to safety. But what happens when certain people don't want to see you get to safety? See, if there's an implosion from the inside out, right, in America, why would they want you to be prepared for the implosion? They wouldn't tell you that the implosion was happening, right? But then what happens is we got to remember that there was a trick. right? There was that thing that was going on, that Leave the World Behind movie, where, okay, they had these COVID virus, everybody was doing all this preparation, getting their guns together, the COVID virus happening, and all this other bullshit, right? Everybody thought everybody was looting, rioting and shit, going out and buying guns, right? So now what happens is, everybody out going buy these guns and stuff, they're on the list, right? Your name is out there on the list. So now they know that you're stockpiling weapons and stuff. So now the CIA, the government, these people, now they start watching you and following you because you got guns. But it's none of their fucking business because you're a citizen. If they allowed you to get these things, then you obviously don't got a record or anything that, raise suspicions. But yet and still, they pry into your life. And everybody out there who got a gun channel or promoting something or trying to do something with their life for whatever reason, in some capacity, they got into your life. Either through a friend, a loved one, or through an acquaintance, or somebody, just a stranger that you just so happen to meet. They just so happen to be cool as shit. They just happen to work their way into your life. And they just might so happen to still be in your life right now until you figure out exactly what they are and what their agenda is. And then they're going to try to set you up or have some nut shit happen so they can get right up out your life. Or leave on a good note so later on they can slide right back into your life. Or have something of yours, some collateral, so this way when they slide back into your life, if you deny them sliding back into your life, they could just get you set up, get you locked in jail, or get you knocked the fuck off or something. That's what they doing out here to people. And some people that they tried this shit with, some people, they lose their fucking mind because this shit is unbelievable and it's something that you never dealt with before. It's something that I never dealt with before, right? Some people lose their minds. And they'll just leave those people out there and let them believe that they're crazy. And they'll continue on with their operation just like it's business as usual. Now look, I don't mind dealing with a crooked agent for any type of fucking organization, right? When I need some fucking weed, I want my fucking weed. But at the same time, you motherfuckers just need to open up like a store somewhere downtown and just sell y'all shit and stay the fuck out these streets. Cause nobody don't need y'all out here spying on people. Nobody need y'all out here in people's lives on a daily fucking basis, fucking up people's lives. Fucking with people's parents, fucking with people's kids and their grandparents and everything. Nobody need no agencies in America doing that shit. This is what Snowden was talking about. This is why he had to run to Russia and things like that. Because they really make you trade your freedoms for security on such a level that you'll never understand. I mean, those who understand, understand. But those who don't won't understand. And that's by design. So my message to anybody out there listening to this podcast and earshot of my voice, keep grinding, keep making your way. And keep people out of your personal life and your personal business because they're in it already. They just waiting for you to say this shit out your mouth. And it's not about what you do, it's about how you do it. But at the same time, on the flip side of that, they could do it however the fuck they want to do it. But just be careful how you do it, because you're not them, and you'll never be them. Because they don't really let nobody in. They'll never let anybody in. It's only them, and that, and they. No, that don't happen. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Don't get fooled by these fucking people, man. Don't get fooled by these fucking cocksuckers and these motherfuckers. This is Mr. Pagan. I'm out. It's been a great episode of God ConCept. It was kind of shaky in the beginning, but I'm just getting back into it, man. I was sick for a while, man. I was down, so yeah, I'm feeling better. I'm in the holiday spirit. Before I cut this episode, I don't really like leaving without, feeling a little festive. There we go. Y'all understood the type of research and the scrutiny and the type of tyranny and oppression that I was under right now. You would feel for me. You would feel a little differently about what I'm saying. Because when you find out that you had a grandma that was on some level experiencing Stockholm Syndrome, where she was basically stuck, you know what I mean, for all these years, right? When you got a mother who was driven out of her mind because maybe she was discovering all this shit. And when you got me who had to go through all this shit and witness all this shit, Grandpop calling my brother Peter Pan. Oh, Miss Peter Pan. He used to always call him Peter Pan. I didn't know why my grandpa would always call my brother Peter Pan. That was his little nickname for him and shit. Peter Pan. What the fuck, Peter Pan? I look up on the online, Operation Peter Pan. Then I see that the words that I look up, when I decipher Anunnaki, is attached to Hawaii. You know what I mean? It's attached to the islands, like Cuba and Hawaii and things like that. It makes me understand. It shows me something. It's just like I've been saying, America's an incubator. And they steal people from places. And they house people. And after a while, those people become family. And you can't help it. That's what Stockholm Syndrome is when you've been with a person for so long that you start to love your captor. I don't like going into my family business like that. But that's what I believe she had a level of. My mother, she got driven crazy for multiple reasons. I don't know, because she's traumatized. My mother, she's not crazy. She's not out of her mind. She's not crazy. She's traumatized. She's hurt. Hurt people hurt people. And that's one thing I know. I love her to death. I wish her a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas and all that. I don't celebrate like that. But at the same time, if she do, I hope she do. But the psychological things that these agencies and these entities put in our mind for our loved ones, for everybody, the things that they put in people's mind about you that don't even know you. And that's deep. That's some deep shit. Because for somebody not to know you and just automatically have a certain perception of you because they thought that about you, but they didn't actually think that about you. It's something in their mind actually making them think that about you. That's how deep it is. That's why I really believe it may be a civil war. It may really be a civil war going to break out because people are starting to realize that they're not fucking crazy, that there are There are agencies that actually fuck with you from the inside out. You know what I mean? There's agencies that emit sounds and then emit all types of shit. You know, this earth is more alive to us than ever before. You know, so we need to respect it more. Because we just don't know the things that they knew for so long. And now that we're learning all these things, we're able to see more things. We're able to do more things. And we're able to focus and meditate on a deeper level to the point where you can kind of lift past that veil that's there, where you hear like a blankness or ee. And once you get past that, you hear sound. Sounds that sound familiar. Maybe familiar voices. Maybe familiar phrases. Maybe ancestors' voices and ancestors' phrases that you never even heard before. Maybe you start to hear the thoughts, what people actually think about you at times. What people actually feel or feeling about you at times. And you start to realize that if you can hear all these things, then are you really thinking what you think? Or is somebody else making you think what you think? Is something else making you think what you're actually thinking? That's why they say always go with your first instinct, your gut instinct. Right? But is your gut instinct and that first thought, because they say don't second think yourself, don't second guess, is that because they want you to go off that first instinct that they give you to do something? Like, maybe it's for the better. Maybe you should always go with that first thought, you know? Maybe you should never second guess yourself. Or maybe you should. When you think about killing an innocent person or doing something stupid or showing, you know, or slighting somebody for no fucking reason or something like that. You see what I mean? It's a lot of ups and downs. You know what I mean? In this okay corral. You feel me? Like motherfuckers is really getting pushed around and corralled out this joint like cattle. And I don't think it's fair. And I think if it is like that, people need to be let known that type of things. Like you can't just like, okay, we're coming into an awakening of something, of different beings, right? Of more awareness of these different beings. But how long has these different beings been aware of us? Right? So slowly, them and us burn the candle at both ends of the stick. They're working towards us learning more about them and being more accepting to them. And at the same time, they're opening us more up to the possibilities that they're actually here and already fucking with us, is in our mind and fucking with our government and always been here and all giving us our technology and all that stuff. And they put it in all the comedy and songs and all this other shit to just get you used to the fact that, yeah, some shit might be here. But then when it really dawns on you that, yeah, this shit is really here and this shit is really different and you're not really in control of anything, will you be okay with it then? Will you be okay with it then? When you find out that these other entities or beings or whatever has been controlling your life and people you love life for a long time, orchestrating people's deaths and different situations like that for a long time, would you be okay with that? It's Mr. Pagan, I'm out.